This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
Brought to you by the North Law Firm. For car accidents and negligent security cases, call Joe at 239-337-1191. By Crime Stoppers of Southwest Florida. Report crimes and get paid with nobody knowing your identity. 1-800-780-TIPS. And by Lee Health. Good morning, Southwest Florida. Welcome to another edition of Lee Pitts Live. We're so thrilled that you joined us here at Collaboratory. It is a spectacular setting here downtown Fort Myers, and we're going to be here for the next 4 weeks. The accommodations have just been outstanding. We have a fabulous show lined up for you today. Get a chance to talk to Jason Teeters. He's the program manager for SecondMuse. We also get a chance to talk to Diana Giraldo, the president and CEO. In this show, also get a chance to find out about what's going on with your health. She's back again, the fabulous Jahida Vasquez with A Rise to Your Health. And we'll talk to Justin Brown, the general manager of Excel Cleaning and Restoration Supplies, and Karen Turcutt, the director of development at the Children's Network of Southwest Florida. All that's happening right here on Lee Pitts Live. We'll be right back. Let's give it up for Isaiah. Everybody, give it up for Isaiah. That's the way you open up a great interview. That was an appetizer. He'll be here in a couple of weeks on the show. He'll also be performing at Lee Pitts Live after work with the entree. Thanks for joining us, bro.
Thank you so much.
All right. What a way to open it up for
nice.
An outstanding organization called SecondMuse. Let's bump y'all in again.
All right.
You know, you guys are the first guest that we had on the show to get an opening with a saxophone. How was that, bro? How did you enjoy it?
Oh, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure with Grover Washington, right?
Yeah. How did you enjoy it?
Oh, absolutely. Love that.
Did we bring you guys on it in fabulous fashion?
Yeah, that's it. What
Here
a great
at
opener.
Collaboratory. This is just a great setting. And one of the beautiful things about it is that you guys actually, the SecondMuse is physically located here. We're here in the office area. What do y'all call this area? Do you know?
The tenant space.
Okay, we're in the tenant space. And tell us what is SecondMuse?
Yeah, so SecondMuse has been a global innovation company for over a decade now. And our true belief is that the future of business as it relates to communities, foundations, visionary leaders can be done without any negative effects. So no harm to the business, the community, or the people with which it serves.
Mm-hmm. Now, Jason, coming here to Southwest Florida with SecondMuse, how did you come about the location here?
Oh, it was a great opportunity. We like to call her the Chief Visionary Officer, Sarah Owen, the president of Southwest Florida Community Foundation. She has seen some of the work the SecondMuse was doing globally. Mm-hmm. Either I work with Melinda Gates Foundation in San Francisco, working on youth and technology for mental health, manufacturing in New York, and then looked for opportunity to make this space one of the collaboratory where we bring people together. Mm-hmm. And so she partnered with us to see if there's something we could do here to help build the ecosystem within Southwest Florida.
She's great for our community. She's iconic in the work that she gets done around here. I'm not pumping her up because she's not even in here. She don't even know I'm pumping her up. Diana, tell us about your company and how you came to be in collaboration or working with SecondMuse.
Okay. I am the president and CEO of Streets Alive of Southwest Florida, and it's a local nonprofit. Our goal is to change some of the issues that we have with our infrastructure for bicycle and pedestrian safety, and also do some bicycle and pedestrian safety education. We're trying to bridge the gap between government and what everybody else is doing.
You brought me this as a nice little gift. I'll hold it up to this camera, John. Tell us what I'm looking at.
So this is one of our initiatives, is Bike on the Street, Give 3 Feet, and it's actually a state law, but our goal was to inspire people to be kind to one another and thumbs up. So if you're passing a bicycle, you're supposed to give a 3 feet distance if you're in a car. And if we do that, then we can all give thumbs up, and we're going to have to survive this because bicycles are here to stay.
Bicycles are here to stay, and in my neighborhood, they're constantly redoing the streets, building biking lanes, and I bike personally, and I've, had some close calls because people don't respect bicycles. And one of the things, too, is because I bike, when I'm driving my car, I have an extra level of respect for people who are on their bicycles. Elaborate on that, if you will.
There's a tiny story about me. I am a bicycle crash survivor, so this is very intentional for me. Absolutely love being able to give back to the community and being a visionary to aspire to inspire change. So anything that is related to the way that we can just live better and make Southwest Florida a better place to be, that's what we're trying to get done.
All right, Sesame Street this for me, Jason. How does SecondMuse and her company, what do you do to assist her company or to provide your expertise?
Yeah, so I think in Southwest Florida, it's important for us to understand that developing a strong ecosystem. So often you hear small communities say they want to be like San Francisco or we want to be like New York. But I think it's important for us to realize that we need to use the resources that we have available in our community. Right now, about 90% of the businesses in Southwest Florida are 10 employees or less. And because of that, very few has access to each other, to opportunities, to being on shows like yours, right? And so it's how do we give people and everybody in our community, right? How do we give individuals the opportunity to get involved in that ecosystem? And so if we could start from the ground up, and there's so many great small entrepreneurs in this community that are doing big things. And so our goal is to create a space, create an opportunity for them to network with each other, to share in their growth and success with each other. And so we've been able to do that for 12 entrepreneurs in the community, and she's one of them.
Now, we are sitting right here in the heart of what will eventually be the Midtown. A lot of talk about all the development that's going to take place here. Will you be a part of the making sure we have biking lanes around here and all that, because it's going to be a real nice urban concept?
You better believe that. Absolutely. So one of the things that we're doing, the initiative that's kind of being mentored by SecondMuse and all of the people that are involved, is the first comprehensive bike share system in Southwest Florida, and it's called Just Ride. In order for us to launch Just Ride, we have to have the right ingredients. So it's like cooking, right? So we want to make sure that we have the infrastructure that we need in place, safe infrastructure for pedestrians and bicycles. Bicycles, super important. And be able to have a hub in Midtown where we can all convene as people in the communities. We can generate some socioeconomic synergies and inspire some changes in our public health.
Now, what you do in terms of the whole biking concept, how are you an entrepreneur? Do you do business in that way as well as a consultant?
So how is this a business model
Correct.
for the nonprofit? The bike share system itself, launching the bike share system itself, will be the socioeconomic development driver. So if we have this system in place and we have the infrastructure in place, we'll help fund the initiatives of the nonprofit and be able to get back to the community and education for bicycling.
Okay, let's back up for a second. Bike share system.
Right.
Sesame Street that for me. What is a bike share system?
So if you go to these towns around us, like St. Petersburg, for example, they have bike share systems, so you can pick up a bicycle on demand. There's stations throughout your network where you can pick up your bicycle and ride it and drop it off somewhere else. And there's just segments where you're connecting community to resources. So it can be for commuting or it can be for just having fun and recreational stuff.
These bikes have those computers in them in some way. Is that what, like I see, say in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, I see these scooters and these bikes on the side, and I'm like, people just hopping on them. You got like a computer and something, they just drop them off wherever they stop and keep moving?
Yeah, the system has evolved in the last probably 10 years, so it's super simple now. If you have a smartphone and the bicycles have a QR code and you just download the app and put in your
Right.
information, you unlock the bike and off you go.
So we're going to have that here? We're going to be state of the art?
We
then?
are, yes, we are.
I'm so glad to see that that's going to be here. One of the things I noticed too, Jason, is that now, as I say, if I'm looking for a place to live and they have biking paths, biking friendly, I'm more likely to purchase in that area, to rent in that area, because I know I can get around in that urban design safely. Does that translate to property values going up as well?
Yeah, I think for a lot of us here in the Southwest Florida community, we know by 2025 there's supposed to be about 1 million people in Southwest Florida. And so I think without an overhaul to our whole transportation system, I think biking is a way to go. But I think the most important thing that Diana talks about is a connected community in the future is going to be really valuable to the overall aspect of what attracts people to Southwest Florida, what helps businesses grow, and what helps them survive.
What type of businesses should get in touch with you for further analyzing what they're doing and how their best practices should be?
So, you know, everybody always like to say, I want a wide net of businesses, but I think it's important, any business entrepreneur, CEO, or person that manages a group of employees, I think the idea is that if you believe that there's an opportunity to engage and collaborate with your community and start to build a network and synergy in this area, I would suggest you please reach out to us at SecondMuse or come into the collaboratory to find out, because in the next 5 or 10 years, about 49% of our population would identify as non-white. And so for businesses to be successful, we have to be able to have not only diverse individuals within our business, but diverse thought. And that comes from still meet still, grinding up with each other and figuring out how do we create an environment that's best for all and best for Southwest Florida. Diana,
Before you interface with SecondMuse, you would think in a certain way, and after your interface with SecondMuse, you're thinking, I'm assuming that your thought process on how you're approaching things has changed. Tell us about that, how they have benefited you in your thought process.
One of the things that I found very interesting is that we were connected, the group of the cohort, the 12 different businesses, we were connected and we're all diverse, we're all visionaries, we all want to make Southwest Florida a better place. And before, we all individually thought that we were like alone in the world. And through SecondMuse and through the efforts of the Southwest Florida Community Foundation and other mentors in the community, SecondMuse kind of really brought it all together. So that's a big difference for us. And also the opportunity to connect with mentors and resources in the community that help us know that we have a goal that we will achieve.
In a population of people who are visionaries, future thinkers, there's a lot of them in this particular part right here in this art design type district here, artsy, and people who are thinking outside the box. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think for a lot of us, if we don't have a way, we try to make a way. And I think in Southwest Florida for the longest time, making a way is how a lot of people survive. The tourism was huge, and now we've seen through the waterways and through the things that have happened naturally that it's really important for us to keep our water safe, to keep our community safe. And so I think we've seen visionaries pop up from that. But it's also this big idea now that I could create a business that values others. And I think for a lot of entrepreneurs, there's this feeling that I want to create something positive in the world. And so our goal is to help people either figure out how they could do that, or if not, help them get on a path of being able to provide for their family and for the community as well.
Tell us the role that collaboratory plays in all of this. They play a big role in bringing people together. We have this magnificent facility here that now Leap Hits Live is actually in here. And it's everybody, it's just really a communion type situation.
Yeah, I think for the longest time in Southwest Florida, I've been here for now 17 years. And I think for the longest time it is difficult for people to find ways to plug in. And I think when you create a space like this that's open to all, it allows individuals to sit at tables across from each other and have conversations that they've never had before. And I think for a lot of us, we realize that some of the struggles we have, whether it be in family atmosphere or whether it be growing your business, we all are familiar with the exact same thing. And so creating a space like this, and a beautiful space, and this week that is open for nonprofits to be able to use, as well as for-profits to connect and gather.
First class. Well, it's been a pleasure having you both on the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Keep up the good work. Look forward to looking back in on you in a couple of years and see how things have progressed with all the safe biking and the great things that you're doing. As the saying goes on this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they're usually interrupted by those like this great group right here who are doing it. When we come back, Jahada Vasquez is here. Hello, everybody. This is Lee Pitts, the host of the award-winning Lee Pitts Live here on Fox 4. We appreciate you watching our show here on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, clicking below. Let everybody else know that they can subscribe as well. Also, when we're on the air on Fox 4, you can also catch us streaming live at 8:30 a.m. in the morning on fox4now.com. Just click on live and you get us all types of ways at your convenience. That's Lee Pitts Live.
This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
Brought to you by the North Law Firm. For car accidents and negligent security cases, call Joe at 239-337-1191. By Crime Stoppers of Southwest Florida. Report crimes and get paid with nobody knowing your identity. 1-800-780-TIPS. And by Lee. Southwest Florida, welcome back to Lee Pitts Live. So glad that you joined us here at the Collaboratory. And we have a fabulous show. The second part of the show, we're going to get a chance to, finally, you guys will see us together. Jahada Vasquez, Arise to Your Health host, is here. Jahada, welcome back to your own show. I'm on your show. I'm kind of bogarting you today.
Thank you for having me.
It's always good to be seen with you. You do such a great job. I've been watching you over the last few months on your show, Arise to Your Health, and I have learned so much from listening to you, from cholesterol to high blood pressure to diabetes to obesity, all these types, wide range of topics that you've been covering. And the feedback that I've been getting from the community has just been outstanding. What has it been like for you personally to know that you're educating our community and getting them onto a healthier lifestyle?
Well, Lee, this is the most rewarding thing for me because, we're out here trying to get people healthy all the time in the office. Not all of us have the opportunity to do this wide range like me. So it's just become, exciting for me to see that it's touching so many people and transforming lives out there, and that indeed I'm making people, healthier, not just in a little setting, but everywhere here in Southwest Florida.
Yeah, you've gotten a chance to kind of move around with Lee Pitts Live, and you can see all the different places that we've gone to. And one of the things that I noticed that when you do your presentations, you're always prepared. So people need to know that when they see you on air giving a rise to your health, you do your research, don't you?
Absolutely. I'm always looking for subjects that are important. People that are in my office that come to see me bring these things all the time. And so those questions that are burning in my own patients are the ones that make me want to do these shows for the people out there.
And that's what I like about it too, because what you're bringing to television is real world situation. You're not guessing at it. You're seeing it every day, like you just said.
That's right. That's right.
So you don't know this, but every year we pick a person of the year for various categories. And it was so easy for Lee Pitts Live to select you as the person of the year.
Oh my goodness.
Right. And I'll read this to you and I'll make our presentation to you. It says the 2019 Lee Pitts Live Person of the Year for Health and Medical Education, presented to Jahada Vasquez for your superb work providing medical services and education in Southwest Florida and internationally for you are a true treasure. Now, when I say internationally, I want people to know, and I'm going to interview you in the future, but you have done some work abroad. Speak to that.
Well, yes, I do have a clinic out in Tanzania, Africa, that started a few years back, and we just actually opened the actual clinic. I've just been providing healthcare services out there to HIV positive women, and so I'm just excited to do that, and in Haiti as well.
Okay, well, let me provide this to you.
Thank you so much.
What's your, go ahead and make some comments.
Well, I'm just really honored, Lee, honestly, to receive this, and so humbled. Because, when we do the work that we just do it because we want to, and I do this because it's my passion and because it's my great responsibility. I think that when we're given talents, that we are responsible to give back, and so that's been my goal always, to give back to my community and for the world, because we're here to change it, and so changing the world is my biggest thing. So I'm just really humbled to have this have this award.
Okay, so we'll let it sit right here. What's your topic going to be today?
Today we're going to be talking about advanced directives.
Okay. Advanced directive, big word, people. Jahida Vasquez, take it away.
Well, welcome again, everyone, to Arise to Your Health with me, your host, Jahida Vasquez from Suncoast Medical Centers. And so today we're going to be talking about a subject that is very important to me. It's a little delicate for some people to talk about it, but like I said, indeed, it's something that we cannot ignore. And usually when we do talk about this subject, it's a little bit too late. So today we're going to be talking about, like I mentioned, advanced directives, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it as we move on. But most of us don't like to discuss death or like to discuss serious illnesses, but again, it's inevitably a part of our lives. And so this year I lost both of my grandparents, and they died within a 6-month span from each other. They both had dementia. And it came to a point where it was affecting everything. How were they going to make decisions for themselves? What were they going to do with certain things? And so it was important that we had these conversations early on in order to avoid their wishes not being done. And so that's where the advanced directives come in. I was so glad to have those conversations with my grandparents because, like I said, in the end, it became really difficult for them to speak what their wishes were going to be. Other family members were trying to get involved. And so I wanted to make sure that I honored them in life and then after they passed away with exactly what they wanted. I wanted to make sure that they were taken care of just like they wanted to be taken care of, and that things were done just in the way that they wanted them. Not so much my wishes or anybody else's wishes, but their own. At first, it was not an easy conversation, even for myself, who talks about death and talks about serious illnesses all of the time. When it comes to our family, is close to our heart. But I knew the importance of it, and again, it was really important that I did discuss that with my family when I needed to. And so, what's an advance directive? An advance directive is a written statement that we make where we show what the person's wishes are regarding their medical treatment. It can also be a financial document, but in this case, we're going to talk about what's important as far as our medical treatment. And this happens when the person can no longer communicate whatever their wishes are. In my grandparents' case, it was dementia. It could be other things, a stroke, or any other situation that may not allow you to be able to let your wishes known. There are two types of these advance directives. One of them is called the living will, and the other one is a POA, or power of attorney. I was the power of attorney for my grandparents, both medically and financially. But the living will is just outlining your wishes. Basically, you can just speak that out or write them down. The power of attorney is when you assign someone as your agent or representative to make these decisions for you after you are not able to do so. So how do you get started? Well, like I said, it's a difficult way kind of like to come up with these things, but we have all these access and all these resources to make this happen. So the first thing is to kind of start thinking about it and write down your wishes. There's actually a very easy document online that's called 5 Wishes. And this document is easy, and also it's legal, and it's valid here in the state of Florida. And it helps to assist you in your planning. You don't really need an attorney. You just need to get those things written down and signed, and that's about it. You can get that notarized if you like, and if you need to, you can also get an attorney. But it's just important that you start writing them down. And what the 5 wishes do is that it just say exactly how it is that you want to address these very important 5 areas. So the first one is, who do you want to take care of you? In other words, who's going to be your agent? How do you want nurses to be, doctors, etc.? What medical treatments do you want? What medical treatments do you not want? How comfortable you want to be? How do you want people to treat you? So and also, how do you want your loved ones to know in this situation? Your spiritual needs, etc. So those are the important things that are there. And so you can go online, you can get this form and answer those questions and actually just draw up a document, and that should be kept in a safe place, and let your agent or representative know that those documents are there in the event that something were to happen, they are there. Although it's not really easy, like I said, to think about this subject, we need to do this planning, because the planning ahead not only will guarantee that your wishes are honored, but it also helps your family and your friends not to have to second guess what's best for you when all of these issues do arise. So being informed as always and being prepared is always, always best. I know that there's a lot of questions that are probably going to arise to this, and we don't have a lot of time, but you can also find me on my website, which is www.suncoastmed.com. You can follow me on Facebook and on Instagram for some live feeds on there, and you can ask questions there, and I'll be happy to answer more about advanced directives. But please don't ignore it, and make sure that you have this paperwork ready just in case something happens. And that is all the time that we have today. I hope that this helped you today to keep you well informed. I also want you to keep always healthy, Southwest Florida. And until the next time on Arise on Your Health, this is Jahaida Vasquez, and just stay tuned for more Lee Pitts Live.
Hello, everybody. This is Lee Pitts, the host of the award-winning Lee Pitts Live here on Fox 4. We appreciate you watching our show here on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, clicking below. Let everybody else know that they can subscribe as well. Also, when we're on the air on Fox 4, you can also catch us streaming live at 8:30 a.m. in the morning on fox4now.com. Just click on live, and you get us all types of ways at your convenience. That's Lee Pitts Live.